Okay, it's been about 1.5 days now, give or take maybe an hour or two. It's close enough. And we can see that the kefir being made with the milk from the NTU, National Taiwan University farm, is definitely thickening up. We can see that the bacteria is clumping together, and we can see the protective matrix which encapsulates the bacteria cells is present. So let's take this off and take a look from the top. Give it a little stir, and then I'm gonna try some. Okay, let's get a spoon in here. Now, for those of you who did not see the previous video, I added just a little bit more, not much more, but I took a spoonful of the milk from the other batch, a small spoonful, just to give the culture a boost, because I didn't add too much in the initial filling of the jar. This looks like a pretty good consistency. All right, I'm going to stir this up. Stuff on the bottom. This could definitely get a lot thicker, but I want to give it a taste now. You don't have to wait until it turns into like a thick yogurt. In fact, well, it all depends on your taste, but the taste is going to get stronger and stronger as it thickens. And the cool thing about kefir is that people have slightly different cultures. So everybody's kefir produces a different flavor, because not every culture is exactly the same. They all start to change and differ over time. All right, now I've got a very nice consistency. It's only slightly viscous. You know, it's very much like a yogurt drink you might get in the store. Here, I'll pour some out. Okay, and do a little taste test. Okay, give it a little smell first. Smells like kefir. Yeah, I guess I'll just leave the spoon in. Actually very like buttery. Yeah, I'd say if I had to describe that flavor, this one, at least in its current state, is very, very mild. It doesn't have like any strong yeast flavors or anything like that. It's just very, very mild. and slight, very slight sour cream type flavor to it. It no longer tastes like milk. The flavor has completely changed. So I'm going to have to do more of these comparisons just to have, enough quantity of experiments to confidently say one milk is definitely producing a consistently different batch. But I think definitely this milk, I can already say, seems to be producing a noticeably different flavor. And it could also have something to do with the conditions that the kefir was fermenting in, because up till now I've been letting the culture sit in a much colder temperature. I typically let my kefir take a much longer time to ferment because it does so in the fridge. So, that's another factor that needs to be tested out in the experiment. So we need to do that enough times for both types of milk in the different conditions to really establish a gauge on what's causing what. So I need to do multiple batches in the fridge, multiple batches in a warmer room temperature setting. But it's definitely, I don't want to say favorable flavor at this point, because I did like the flavor of the other milk after it had been fermented, but it's a different flavor that's equally as enjoyable, and definitely it's not the most potent it could be. This could definitely ferment more, so I'm wondering how the flavor will change as this continues to ferment up until its maximum point. So we'll do another video. We'll check in again when it has fermented enough to be, substantially different, and we'll give it another taste test.